How's it going? Hope you're doing well and happy Friday. It is officially release day of Surging Sparks. We're going to look at the card prices for this set, illustration rares and secret illustration rares. This set is so hyped. Allocation numbers haven't been fully fulfilled. And so I'm hoping everyone was able to get their product. But we're going to look at the prices for this set, all the cards, all that good stuff. Then we're going to compare Pikachu EX and the current sales of Pikachu on eBay using Pokedata.io. And we'll compare that with the Greninja EX. The Greninja EX at one point in July was almost selling for $800. So we'll look at all the chase cards in this set, see how they're performing, and then we'll look at the products and see the market prices on those. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start off with the Pikachu EX. What a really nice card. I know when this card was revealed, people were divided on it, but since then, it's kind of warmed up on me. Currently, the market price is $306, so past $300. Currently more expensive than the Greninja EX, and that card took several months to get to $300. We can see the past recent sales were for $278, $312, and $295. So can it go down to $290, $280? We'll have to see once people start ripping the product and pulling this card. But currently I'm hearing that the pull rates are pretty difficult for the secret illustration rares, and mainly because they haven't changed too much since the last set, and also because this set is a good decent size. It's kind of on par with Twilight Masquerade. I think Paldea Evolve and Paradox Rift are the largest sets so far. Okay, next we have this Latios EX card, currently selling for $204. The recent sales have been for $206, $206, and $200. So fluctuating between $200 and $206. I was actually quite surprised by this, but I think mainly it's because the hype is so strong for this set. It's been selling quickly, been selling in high demand. There's a lot of volume. And so the cards are going to be a little bit more expensive because of that. Booster boxes are about $150, $160 for this set. So the cards are going to be a little bit more expensive because the pull rates are still difficult. All right. Next, the third most expensive card we have is the Alicia's Appeal, featuring the Altaria in the background. Pretty cool looking card, pretty cool waifu card, as they say. Currently the market price is $136, and we can see we've had recent sales for $129, $128, $128, and $114. So fluctuating between $114 and $128, which is pretty strong for the waifu card of Alicia's Appeal. I know Alicia is a very popular trainer and whatnot, or dragon type trainer, right, with the Altaria. All right, next we have this sleeper card. I didn't expect this card to be $100, but again with the pull rates, it's the Hydreigon EX card. Pretty sweet illustration, I will admit. It looks pretty awesome. The last sales have been for $111, $100, and $100. So fluctuating between $111 and $100. So pretty sweet card. Honestly, one of my favorites behind the Milotic. It might even be my favorite over the Milotic. We'll see that card soon. And here it is, the Milotic EX card. I love training this Pokemon from a Feebas to finally evolve using like increasing its beauty or whatever when this card was first released in Diamond and Pearl. But anyways, this card is currently selling at a market price of $96, and you can see that the volume is pretty good for this card, selling at about 2 to 3 copies so far already every couple days. And this set is barely released today, Friday, and most people, I've been seeing people rip it online for the past week or so. But let's see the last recent sales. It looks like $100, $95, and $95. So the Milotic performing really strong right out of the gate. Currently has a market price of about $95, $96. And it pairs well with that Feebas that we'll see in a little bit. Next, we have that Alolan Executor EX card. And it's a pretty sweet looking artwork, honestly. Really unique. And it pairs with that Execute on the basketball court, that illustration rare that we have now. And the market price, or actually the recent sales have been for $89, $90, and there's one for 30. However, I think that might be like a Japanese copy or something. But yeah, so market price of $83, and the last recent sales have been for $90. All right, let's see what we got next. We have the Jasmine's Gaze, really interesting card. Currently $72 is the market price. You know, I don't really think it's going to be a $72 card for too long, but again, the set's pretty large and the pull rates are difficult. And looks like the last recent sales have been for $67 and $65. So there we have the Jasmine's Gaze, surprisingly selling for $67 right now. Then we have this Pikachu EX. The pull rates have been pretty difficult in these last few sets for hyper rare cards. Paradox Rift, it was a lot easier. You were getting a gold card for every 3 boxes in Paradox Rift, but now the pull rates are a little bit more difficult, and so the gold cards or the hyper rare cards are harder to get than the secret illustration rares. So right now the market price is $55 for this Pikachu EX, and the recent sales have been for $49, $49, $99, and $99. So that $99 price point is kind of like an outlier. Let's see if there's more listings. Yeah, we have more listings for $54, $49, and then $80. So maybe that's why maybe people are just putting the card more expensive and hoping that it sells. So that's really interesting for the gold card of the Pikachu. Next, we have the Ceruledge card. Really cool artwork, and currently has a market price of $29. Kind of a sleeper card in the set. Last few sales have been for $25, $25, $25. So yeah, fluctuating between $25 and $29. We'll see if this card can stay in the $20 range in the coming weeks. We'll just have to find out soon. Next, we have the Pikachu EX card, but it's just the regular ultra rare card. It's not the hyper rare. Recent sales have been for $31, $30, and $22. So this card is playable in the TCG, so that's probably a reason why it's selling in the $20 range. Once this set gets ripped open a lot more, we'll have to see if this card will drop. But it is playable in the TCG, so we'll have to find out. I'm sure a lot of people will be buying it, testing it out in their decks. Next, we have the Skarmory, currently selling for $26. If we look at recent sales, $24 and $25. So it's about a $24 card right now, and it's really beautiful artwork actually. I think it's really sick. One of the best artworks I could ever imagine for a Skarmory. All right, next we have the Feebas card, which is the card that pairs with the Milotic EX. The Feebas goes on the bottom right, and the Milotic goes right on top. So really interesting artwork. We'll have to see how much more artwork we get for the remainder of Scarlet and Violet. Market price is currently $18 for this Feebas. Recent sales have been for $17.90. Yeah, about $17.19. So about a $17, $18 card, the Feebas. A lot of people are going to be wanting to get this card, I imagine, to go with the Milotic. All right, then we have the Lisia's Appeal. This is just the ultra rare card. Really nice throwback to the old Lisia's card from back in the day. Current market price is $22, and recent sales have been for $19, $17, and $17. So pretty cool ultra rare. A lot of people are happy that Licia is back in the game in the TCG, and as well as being back on a card once again. Next, we have this Durant EX card, and what's really interesting about this card is you can pair it with multiple Durants, and they just go well together. Looks like ants walking in a line together. Market price is $24. Recent sales have been for $25 and $21. So yeah, this set has, we already looked at that card. This set has quite a few cool illustration rares and secret illustration rares. That Milotic's really cool. And then the Latias EX card. Did we skip over that card? Why do I feel like we skipped over it? Maybe we didn't, but currently a $200 card. Really awesome. Did we not check out that Latios? I feel like we need to check out that Latios. Latios, I don't know how I skipped out on the Latios. Market price on the Latios is $40. Recent sales have been for $35, $36, and $37. And someone bought 8 copies for $37. That's not too bad. Maybe that person's looking to grade them. That's what I'm guessing. It's a good guess, I feel like. All right, now let's look at the Surging Sparks booster box case. Literally just like a week or two ago, this case was selling for about $830, and then it quickly shot up. If we look right here, October 9th, $704 for the booster box case. That's about what, $120 per box. And then we could see that on October 17th, it was selling for about $600, $700. And right here, 22 items were sold at $690. 22 cases sold for $690. That's crazy. And then it went up to $748 on October 23rd. And now it's surpassing $800 on November 1st. So literally like 6 days ago, it went from $870 now to $926 and counting. So a 31% gain in the past month. And this booster box of Surging Sparks, I barely got mine today, Thursday, and this video is coming out Friday on release day. But man, that's crazy that these boxes are already hitting $926. And not only that, but Twilight Masquerade is also hitting $929. So it's barely more expensive than Surging Sparks. But this set was released like almost 6 months ago, a little bit more than 6 months. So about 7 months ago, this set was released. And you could see, let's see, in August, this booster box case was selling for $713, and now it's selling for $929. And people are still buying cases. 8 cases sold for $849. Back in June, 11 cases sold for $592. Right here, we have 72 cases sold for $597 back in May. So a lot can change in the market that we're in, this bull market right now. Everyone's buying these sets. We've only got restocks. We haven't got too many reprints. So far, it was just Paldea Evolve that we got some restocks of. And so, man, it's been kind of crazy right now for Pokemon. The bull market is just so strong. And people are really invested in Pokemon. People are really wanting to get these sets. And it's the back half of Pokemon. And a lot of sets are going up. A lot of them. So, let's see. Next, we have the Surging Sparks Sleeved Booster Pack. Currently has a market price of $5.15. We could see there was a lot of volume October 29th, so just about a week ago. 175 sleeve booster packs were sold for $4.95, and now it's $5.15. So not too much of a change, but you could see just how much interest there is in Surging Sparks and the potential behind getting that Pikachu EX and possibly either grading that or just holding it or selling it after you pull it. Next, we have the Surging Sparks Booster Bundle. Currently has a market price of $29. And in early October last month, it had a market price of $22. And look at the volume. 47 items sold on November 4th, November 6th. 21 items sold November 7th. 2 items sold today. So the market price is going up for this. A month ago, it was $22. Now it is $29. And then even the Elite Trainer box, the regular Elite Trainer box, currently has a market price of $46. And a month ago, the market price was $40. And there's a whole lot of volume, about 67, 50 items sold. So 50 Elite Trainer boxes sold like every few days. So that's pretty nuts. Everyone's trying to pull that Pikachu EX and grade it, flip it, invest in it. Yeah, these sets are absolutely taking off. So next, I want to check out that Greninja EX because post-release, this is the all-time data. This set released in early May, and the card was selling for $133. And it pretty much had a support line of $160. And then in June, when people realized, hey, you know what, this Greninja EX is actually a really sick card. The pull rates for this set, Twilight Masquerade, has been really difficult. And then it's also a pretty large set. It's a good medium size, not the largest set. Paldea Involved and Paradox Rift were larger sets so far in comparison to Surging Sparks and Twilight Masquerade. But once everyone started liking this card, the market price went up. We had a support line. Gosh, I don't know if there was really that much of a support line, but in June and July, this card was selling for $240. And then in August, it went up by $50 to $290. September, $280. So it was going down a little bit. And then in early October, it got as low as $272. And now that we're in early November, it's a $300 card. So $300 back in September, $280, back in August, $280, back in July of this year, $240, and after release it was about $152. And same thing with the PSA 10 in June. It was $572 for a PSA 10. Managed to get up to $769 in July. So literally a month later, it went up like $150 for the PSA 10. And after July, this PSA 10 probably had a lot of selling pressure and started trending in the downward direction down to about $540 in August. Was fluctuating $540, $550 in September, down to $530 in October, and is now making a little bit of a run and has now reached $589 in November right now. So what's in store for this Pikachu EX? Currently, this set is barely gonna come out today, Friday, and currently it's basically 11:30 where I'm at right now on a Thursday night. So it's release day Friday. Happy Friday. This set is absolutely crazy. But yeah, this market price is $350 and now $350. So the recent sales on eBay, these are eBay sales right here, $350, $326, $370. So it's more expensive than the Greninja by $70. And this set has barely released this week. And so what's in store for this Pikachu EX? The booster boxes are doing really well for this set. And Twilight Masquerade is performing really well. Twilight Masquerade is up $160. You know, after that Greninja, it found to be difficult to pull. And so far, it's been the best performing set until Surging Sparks. It's going absolutely up to the moon. It's going sky high. And the booster box case, too, is $900 for Twilight Masquerade, which is absolutely crazy. So there you have it, everyone. The chase cards in this set and prices and the products. Everything's doing really well right now. The bull market is pretty strong. So it's time to go ahead and take a ride on the boat and see how high you can get. All right, everyone. I'll see you next time. Peace.